Okay, so next after our hint star, we can have our enabled border, which is our outline input border. And then we can have a border radius. Say border radius dot circular, and then let's give it a 10. And then here we can have a border side. Let's give it some border side, which is let's give it a color, maybe an accent color, orange accent. Let's try to hot restart again. Okay. Next, we don't want this hint text to show. Here we can say counter text to an empty string. Let's hot restart. Okay. And then we also need to give it, let's copy this enabled border. We'll give it an outline in the focus border. Like that. Let's hot restart. Okay. And then the next thing that we can do here, let's add the comma here, is we can add a prefix icon. We can put our icon here. Since it's a country picker, our country picker, we can put the country flag and our country code here. So for that purpose, let's initialize our country code picker. We go back here. We can maybe add the final keyword here. And then let's also run on let's say let's initialize our country picker package. Let's say country country selected country, which will be equal to country. Let's format this. And then for our country code, we can put your country code's number. My country is Zambia, so our country code is 26. For our country code, also our country code is ZM. Here you can put a 0, and then you can put true here. That's a boolean. You can put level 1, then the name, you can put your country name. My country is of course Zambia. You can put a country name here, and an example. You can also put your country name, and then on display name, let's put our country code. Then here we can just put an empty string. Just like that, we are initializing our selected country. And then next is we go back down here where we, after our focus border here, down here, we can put our prefix icon. Let's say prefix icon. So let's put this in our center, our container widget, and then this container will have a child. Let's give it an inkwell. Then on top method, we want to call our country picker package. So what we can do here is we call our show country picker method, this one right here. Let's format the code, and then on selected is a function which takes a value. So we can close that, and then we can put a comma here. So here we want to set our selected country to our new value here. So we need to run this into put this inside the set state. So our selected country will be our new selected country here, which is our value. So we can hot restart. Okay, nothing is showing there. Let's maybe it's because of the theme, because remember we have added a theme in our application. There's a property here which is called the country list theme. We can use our current theme, which is a country list theme data. Let's also hot restart again. Okay, we have nothing. Let's stop the application and run it again. So while the application is running, we can give this container, I mean the inkwell widget, we can give it it should be our inkwell widget here. Let's give it a child. This will be our text widget, which we are going to show our let's see. Okay, let's put this side. You can see we have an error here, so let's put first of all, let's remove this error. We'll put what we're supposed to put here. Let's wrap this inside the padding widget. Okay, so we can give it a padding from let's try it like this and hot restart. Okay, now we have what we need. So here in front, let's we are giving it an empty text, that's why it's like this. So let's put what we're supposed to put here. First of all, we can show our flag. We'll say selected country dot flag emoji, and then after the flag we can have a space plus sign, then $sign again, and then curly brackets, and then we can have the country code, selected country dot phone code, like that. And then let's hot restart again. Yeah, so everything is showing now, and then when we click, we're supposed to bring up this country code picker. So let's give it a try. Okay, so once we click, we have our country picker, and then when we choose, that's the country which is coming up here. We click, we choose, that's the country which is coming up here. But now this looks awkward. Let's just fix it. So to fix that, first we need to come back here. Instead of this, we can use from left right, left top, right bottom, and then for top we'll leave it like that as 8. I mean for left, and then for top we can give it a 12, and then right we can also give it 8. Then bottom we can give it the same as top. Let's hot restart. That one looks much better. Okay, that looks fine. Let's come back to our text here, and then let's give it some style. You can say style. Let's move it down here, which comes from our text style. And then the font size, we need to give it the same font size as our text, which is 18. And then let's give it a font weight. Font weight bold. We can add the const modifier here. Like that. Let's hot restart. Okay, that one looks, we can live with that. Let's just try it one more time. Okay, so this one fills up the entire screen. So to fix that, we go back into our country list theme. Inside here we have a property called bottom sheet height. Let's try to give it something like 400, and then hot restart. Let's click it. Okay, but this looks too short. Let's maybe change to 500. And then let's click. Yeah, maybe this is fine. Okay, now we are done with the country picker. Let's move on. After this container here, what we can do here, let's put the size box after our text form field here. Let's put another sized box. Let's give it a height of 20. And then after the size box, let's put our button here. So first, let's get another size box. This size box will give it a full width, which is double dot infinite, and then the height, let's give it a 50. And then this size box will have a child. This child will be our package of a rounded loading button. This one here. Okay, so the controller, the rounded loading button must also have a controller. So let's initialize that rounded loading button on top here. So here we can also say final rounded loading controller. We can say button controller will be equals to rounded loading controller. We need to call dispose. Yes, and then here in this dispose, we need to dispose our phone controller. We can say phone controller dot dispose. So but we need to dispose our controller. So let's go down here, and here we can call our button controller, and then let's see what there's some properties, that the required properties that we need to put. So we have on pressed, and then let's just take this down. This is on pressed, sorry, on pressed, and then we also have the success. So for the success icon, we can have icons dot checkmark dot check, and then we can have success color. You can get colors dot green, and then we can also have our error color. We can have colors dot red, and then what else? Let's give it a text, the child, which is going to be our text widget. So for the widget, for the text, we'll say login. Let's also give this a style, which comes from text style. Let's give it a font size of 24. Let's give it a font weight, a bold, and maybe some letter spacing of 1.5. Let's add a const modifier here. We can try to restart our application. Okay, we have an error. What's the error that we are having here? Let's try to stop the application and run it again. So we can let's see where we're getting the okay. We need to remove this. Let's run the application again. So we can press Ctrl A and then right click and format our code. Okay, so the application is running, and then we have our registration screen almost done. So let's maybe increase this to 50 and hot restart. Maybe that like that is better, or let's go back to like something like 30. Okay, so our registration screen, the basic UI is almost done. Let's try to type here. Okay, our typing is working just fine. Okay, so the next thing is to create the input page. So if we click here, we should see loading animation. That's why we are using the rounded loading button. So I'm going to end this video right here, and in the next video we will go into our input screen.